Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews here with my boy, my Ramley, point guard extraordinaire, fake ass DJ, world traveler, Mr. Rodney Lusain.
Man, what's good? I'm trying to get this music going so I can.
Oh yeah.
To the hoop, y'all. To the hoop. Ha ha ha
Ah,
ha. Basketball is
ah,
my favorite sport.
that's hilarious. Remember when ha 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 used to be a lyric?
Right.
That shit was used in many early hip hop songs.
Nah.
That's funny. But nah, that song is apropos for right now, you know what I'm saying? Because this is when Hoop takes over. I mean, Hoop had already taken over with March, you know what I'm saying, March Madness. But this the part of the pro season, you know what I'm saying, that the pros, and it's funny because I feel like they kind of need a big postseason, pros, because the regular season, they took a lot of hits. You know what I'm saying? Like people was not happy with this regular season. Like, especially like I would say this last month at least. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I texted you earlier. Like, are you looking at some of these lines? Like somebody was getting 22, somebody was getting 20. I mean, it's like bad college lines because these teams is not even trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Like people is hot. Like, I mean, they already talking about implementing new rules, you know what I'm saying, for the tanking, but people was hot, man, because they always say that one example of like you bring your kid to one game a year and it's to see the Lakers, and then you get there and LeBron ain't playing. Like they always use that, you know what I'm saying, that metaphorical story for this whole tanking that everybody's doing. But I guess the TV networks was pissed off too, because like of all the primetime games, like I guess the Stars missed like 70% of like the primetime games that they showed this year. You know what I'm saying? Like the networks was mad because I think like the Lakers and Golden State was on NBC and LeBron didn't play, Steph didn't play. Like, I mean, I guess NBC don't get just one game a week, but they don't get that many games where it's like we can just have one of them just be, you know what I'm saying? Nobody playing. But all that to say, because I think we talked about this last year, how however the season go, the playoffs seem to find a way to like ease everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody after the playoffs is like, okay, that was cool, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this year they kind of need that. You know what I mean? They need these games to be good to get people to get this taste out of people's mouths, you know what I'm saying? Because I think you wanted to bring up the San Antonio Denver game, some shenanigans that was going on in that, but it was a
Right.
Sacramento game earlier.
Mm.
Sacramento Golden State. Sacramento was up and they was fouling Steph. You know what I'm saying? Like fouling Steph to let them come back and win. And Draymond even spoke on it after the game. Like, come on, man. Y'all saw that. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are winning and fouling Steph to put him at the line. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up losing the game, but it's just like teams wasn't even teams wasn't even trying to hide they tanking this year. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I really don't know what they can do. I mean, they're gonna try to change it, but it's not. They changed it to this. It ain't just the worst team get it no more. Like it's not guaranteed that you get it, even with you know what I'm saying under this current model. But it's so worth it for these teams. They like we'll even tank for a percentage of a chance to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because they were saying like the number one pick, teams would pay $100 million for it.
Mm.
They said that's the value they put on the number one pick. So you finding these teams, because I think they find Utah like 500,000 for blatant tanking. because they trying to get Ibanza. You know what I'm saying? They like if we can get him here in Utah, that would be, you know what I'm saying? We making merch deals out the yin yang. But they talked to some general managers and owner types, and they was like the number we would if they sold the number one pick every year, they could get 100 million for it. So when you look at it like that, these teams tanking and paying these little fines, you know what I'm saying? They like it's worth it because they like this draft is that transcendent. You know what I'm saying? They like it's 5 to 8 dudes in this draft that's gonna be minimum all-stars. And then like 2 or 3 that could be, you know what I'm saying? Could be whatever. So these teams is like, man, we want in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because teams that lose the playing game go into the lotto, right? Yeah, because they were saying Golden State might tank the playing game because they really want to be in the lotto. Um, and last year, I don't know what the solution is. Like I've heard them talk about some things where you can't be in it back to back year kind of thing. Like there was like Indiana's situation is different because obviously they had this, they lost their best player. Um, and so what they're dealing with is like kind of unforeseeable. But for teams like Sacramento, who every year, or Utah, who
Or
just
Washington.
multiple years in a row, they in consideration for the number one pick. They like, that you can't do that. If you in it, if you in the running for it this year, then next year, you ain't in the running. Like
For
even
the
if
number
you
one
trash,
pick.
right,
Because I think I heard that proposal, and then if you do get it and you're not in the running, like you can't fall no lower than like 4 or 5 though.
currently.
No,
Well,
in the new shit. Like if
right,
you get the number one pick one year, you can't get it the next year. But if you trash again, you're not gonna drop lower than like fifth.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna just be like, okay, you don't get a number one pick. You know what I mean? I mean a first round pick. You still gonna get a high pick, but you can't get the one pick back to back years. You know what I'm saying? But nah, finish.
No, I feel like the NBA just needs to do the shit they did last year. You were saying you wanted to get the Cooper flag. We'll get to him in a minute, but Dallas was in the play-in, I want to say, last year and lost, or
Were they?
they were at the top of the lotto. Let me pull it
I
up.
don't think they was in the play-in, but they had the lowest chance to get the pick though.
Yeah, last year, nah, they was in the play-in. They lost to Sacramento. Well, I don't know if they lost. They was in the play-in. The four
Mm,
teams in the play-in last year was G State, Memphis, Sacramento, and Dallas.
Dallas. Okay,
So they went from the play-in to the number one
that's
pick.
crazy. And I feel like that's more what the NBA want though.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, this year, I mean, Utah wants the number one pick, but they only got maybe the fourth worst record, tie for the tie with Sacramento for the fourth worst record. I don't know. I mean, if the Bonzes that dude, shit, let him go to Utah. Like, if y'all want to gerrymander that shit so that Utah end up with the one pick,
But it's so many.
cool
Well, it's not so many dudes, but it's just not him. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what got so many teams.
for Utah though.
Oh, right. Specifically them.
Right. But I mean, whomever, like,
Because like Indiana, it's some shit with Indiana where if they finish in the top 3 of the lottery, they keep they pick. But if it's 4 and down, the Clippers get it.
oh wow.
Right. So the Clippers hoping that Indiana gets dick. Like the Clippers could get a top 5 pick out of this. I think it has something to do with the Zubac trade.
Uh,
Like it was a pick swap in there, you know what I'm saying? But they were speaking on that before their game today. Like Indiana's in a precarious position. Like they want to tank because if it's top three, they get it. But if they get dicked in the lottery, then they don't get it.
right. Nah, I mean, and that would be a team. If they got the number one pick, I would feel like that was justified because I feel like this is what happens to San Antonio. Like, that's
Mm,
how they ended up with Tim Dunk. Like,
right, right,
David Robinson was hurt one year, or
right. And then they fully tanked.
right. I mean, shit, they was without, they didn't have a best player. And so, shit, whatever it is at that point. They're like, nigga, we having to play through Avery Johnson. What the fuck you want from us? Um,
Right.
so then they luck into Tim Dunk. And I feel like the Wemby shit was similar.
Nah, it was. I was about to say they got somebody else like that, but that's who it was. It was Wimby. They semi
Where
tanked for him.
Right, where Popovich probably missed most of the season. He was sick or whatever, and some shit went on. So I mean, Indiana fits that profile to me this year. As a team that is in the lotto but really shouldn't be. So let's go on and hook them up real quick. Um, but yeah, to me, it should not be like the NBA ain't got to say nothing, but y'all just gerrymander that shit so that none of these habitual lottery contestants win.
Hit
Like
somebody.
Sacramento, fuck y'all. The Wizards, fuck y'all.
You
Uh,
Utah,
you,
but nah, Utah ain't really perennial, but they
they
definitely tanking.
they perennial enough, and the only reason I'm not throwing Utah in is because it's like, all right, it's a Utah dude at the top of the draft, so maybe we can keep them in. And Memphis, I don't know. Like
They
Memphis is
not
catching.
perennial.
They not. You right. You right.
They
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 definitely
they
not.
was they was trying to win at him for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They really thought Ja was gonna be the new face, and they was never gonna be in this situation.
Right. And then LeBron shitted on him a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
You
about how
heard
he
what
would
he
never,
said?
yeah, how he would never play there. He ain't going to the hotels there.
Right. And they should move to Nashville.
Oh, he
Uh,
said that,
yeah. And I'm not
and
the
then
only one. I'm not the only one who feel like this. There's a ton of players in the league who feel this way.
and I think in that same interview, he said some shit about I like Cleveland, but I wouldn't want to live there, or something to the effect that even though I'm from there, that don't mean I want to live there. Something to that effect, where he Cleveland caught a stray in him shooting at Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Because they was kind of like that's that's a sign that he's not going back. You know what I'm saying? Because they saying now it looks like a high percentage that he's staying with the Lakers next year. Right. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying?
Not happy about that.
That's what I said. But yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because that was before though. That was before all this happened. But I feel like even with all this happening, with Luca going out and AR going out, he sees what it looked like if he can take a smaller role. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we may not be able to get that off like in this season, like because I feel like if we was healthy, we could have, well, I don't know, we would have probably still had OKC second round, regardless. Or is that gonna be us?
No, that would be second round if they get by Houston in the first round.
Right, right. So either way, if we had still been full strength, it would have still been OKC second round. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we would have been able to get past second round healthy or
Well,
not.
no, if we was full strength, then I think we finished with the 3 seed. And then
And
we
that,
looking at San Antonio second round. But Bottom line is you got to be able to beat the Thunder if you
Right.
really trying to say you gonna win it.
Right. And do we have that? You know what I'm saying?
So what? He gonna take a pay cut?
Oh yeah. Because that's what they were saying. Like Cleveland can only offer him uh league minimum or veteran minimum, and which is like somewhere between 12 and 15. So they saying really they was like it would be no negotiation for him to go back to Cleveland. They would be like, this is all we can offer you. They was like, the negotiation comes with him staying with us because we can offer him 50. We're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the negotiation is. It's like LeBron, you can go there and get 15, or you can stay here and get 20. You know what I'm saying? Because Cleveland can't give him 50.
Right.
Like, really, if he goes anywhere else, it's no negotiation. You know what I'm saying? They like, look, we can offer you league minimum or veteran minimum, whatever that is. But it's whatever it is, it's like a 12 to $15 million range that he would get if he just. It's not like he can go somewhere else and they can give him 50. We the only ones that can give him 50, and I think he has to know we're not giving him that. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a come down. It's just a matter of how far is he willing to come down. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a population of people that don't want him back, regardless of what he takes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a portion of the Laker fan base that's like, we want this to be it, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in that group. I'm in the group of he's a value at 20 million. Like if where else will we spend that 20 million to get a dude that's gonna average 26 and 6, let's just say. I mean, it's kind of like the DeAndre Ayton shit. Like for 8 million, you know what I'm saying? This is he's a top shelf center for 8 million. Like you really supposed to get, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I don't even want to throw nobody out there like that. But I mean, he was hating on Clint Capella. I bet you Clint Capella get paid more than 8.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the $8 million centers is like I don't even want to say Jackson Hayes because I think he got more than that to come back. So I feel like it's a very similar thing with LeBron. Like him at 15 to 20 million. I mean, I think that's like what Vando makes.
Yeah, I hear that, but I feel like that prevents us from turning the page. Like we need to turn the page. And I
Mm.
feel like as long as he's around, it's still gonna be the LeBron chapter. Like we need the Luca chapter to fully begin, and that don't happen with LeBron there. But I don't know what else they could do. Like I haven't thought about free agency because I mean they was talking about us having a cap space with LeBron off the books, like
Mm.
enough to bring in one or two max dudes. Um, but I don't even know what's out there that's maxable that we want. Like
Right.
it's
Like the names I've been hearing, you know what I'm saying? Like Tari Eason. And then like somebody from I don't know. I don't remember who they got like 3 or 4 dudes that they were like, these are the dudes we need. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, is any of them older than a 40-year-old, better than a 40-year-old LeBron? That's my thing. Like, if I hear of a name that you saying we gonna bring in if we don't get LeBron back, that's an upgrade, then okay. But if we gonna be bringing in a bunch of spare parts, you know what I'm saying? For that money, I'm like, bring LeBron back at 20 because I feel like LeBron taking the third Will is turning the page. Like if we get him to do that, where you this is what you doing every night for a whole season, then it is turning the page without him being actually gone. You know what I'm saying? But I hear you though, because that's how I felt until that last month when they went 15-2, and LeBron was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be like a high post dude." Like that, I feel like if we do that for a whole season, we can rock. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Killed that.
OKC brought that to a smashing close. Like this
Nah,
is what y'all want to run with?
right. Nah.
Okay. And that's my thing. Like
That last
them
game
and
against them. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
them and San Antonio, like you need some uber athletic two-way type dudes.
Mm-hmm. Like
And
McDaniel.
right,
If we can get him, like if you saying we gonna get him and somebody else like that for this money, then okay. You know what I'm saying?
right. Nah, I mean that's what it has to be. Like LeBron keeps the band-aid on. Like, we'll probably be in contention for the third or fourth seed again next year after having it last year. So 3 straight years in the West of being in contention for the 3 seed, them is great seasons for the Timberwolves and for the
Right.
Spurs and the Nuggets and the Suns, like all that's relevancy, but that ain't what Laker Nation is about. Like, we need to know that y'all can go beat the fucking OKC Thunder when it comes to the nitty gritty.
We not there yet.
And
But
how we gonna get there? Bringing back a 42-year old.
right now, okay. How we gonna get there? Period. Really, what's out there that can get us there? And that's my thing. It's like, wait a minute, ain't nobody beating OKC. Can't nobody really sit there and say, oh, well, we San Antonio thinks that, you know what I'm saying? But they don't know. And it's crazy because again, you wanted to talk about the San Antonio Denver game.
Yeah.
And because people are saying Denver is the one squad that got something for San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Denver's probably the one squad that got something for OKC because they're the only other championship level squad out there. You know what I'm saying?
In the West.
Yes, yes. But I'm not. You think Boston?
Boston scares me. I don't
Mm.
think they can beat OKC just yet.
You think they can beat San Antonio?
Yeah.
You do.
Uh Let me hold off on that.
You think they can beat Denver?
Who's their big? Who are they playing?
Exactly.
They they lost
Exactly.
Porzingis, right?
Kada, yeah, nah, Porzingis is with Golden State. They
Right.
got a dude named Kada. I know. I don't know if he starts, but he boards for them.
He a black dude, right?
Yeah, African like.
Yeah. He either went to Kentucky or BYU.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, Boston makes me nervous. Like they should not, and it's a trip because going into yesterday, somehow I came across this picture I took when I was in Vegas back at the start of the season of just the over under totals for the teams for the season. And I was just sitting there looking at it, and I was like, just trying to mentally go through it myself and be like, did teams go over or under? And I think essentially,
Austin went way over, right?
yeah, it was swayed heavily one way or the other. I can't remember. I think it was more teams went under than over.
Under. Right. I believe that.
Only like 12 teams went over,
Mm.
18 went under.
Okay.
But there were so many games yesterday that impacted it.
Mm.
Like shit,
Because the
Atlanta.
clip.
It was a
Uh.
trip. Atlanta, you feel like Atlanta had a really good season, but they
Yeah.
went under.
Oh, did they?
They shit was like 47.
And what?
Philly, huh? They won
And would they
46. They was
46?
they they was 47 and a half.
Mm.
So going into yesterday's game, it's like, I mean, depending on if you got that hook or not, if you had them at 47, then they had a chance to get it. They lost yesterday. But the shit I was looking at said 47 and a half. Philly was straddling the line. I don't think they got there. They might have been like 45 and a half, 46.
Who was the Clippers? Because I know their win made them over 500 for like the 13th season in a row, but I don't know if it what it had to do with their total.
Yeah, they was 47. The Lakers was 48. The Clippers was 47. So they
Mm.
went under. Brooklyn yesterday had a chance to get they over. They
Brooklyn
over
did?
they lost. They lost their last three. Their number was
Wow.
20 and a half.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's hella low. But
And
they
they won
almost got it, huh?
and they won 20
Oh,
and lost 3 games in a row to end the season. Uh Indiana went way under. Like, even though Halliburton wasn't there, they still had them at like 38 because, I mean, shit, they had the rest of a squad that went to game 7 of the finals. So it's like, why would you just automatically assume they going to be trash
trash.
like that? I think the lowest was Utah.
The lowest
I,
total?
I think Utah went over, and I think they over under was like 18.
So I feel like they knew they was gonna be tanking then. Cause was Utah that trash going in? I mean, they got Lori marketing, but and then that's the thing. They traded for Jaron Jackson during the season, but
Right,
didn't play. Like they
right,
set up to add one piece. You know what I'm saying? Low key, if they get everybody back, same thing with Indiana.
right.
So for Utah shit to be 18, like that seemed like Vegas knew they was gonna be tanking. I mean, at some point in the season, it was clear they was tanking, but I don't remember looking at the beginning of the year like Utah's the trashiest team out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I guess I can't name nobody other than Lori Marketing, but he's who keep popping in my head. Oh, they got that other big white boy that we wanted.
Well, I got Filipowski.
They got a
Then
center that we have been trying to get.
right. That went to shit either Michigan or Wisconsin. He went to some Big Ten school. Um, Walker Kessler. Oh, he went
Yeah,
to
him.
Auburn.
Of course, he been out, but I'm just saying, like when you looked at their roster when the season started, you wasn't like, this is the trashiest team. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on that over and under closer next year because it seemed like Vegas knew something. You know what I'm saying? Like who was
Right.
gonna be tanking?
Right.
That's crazy that they was right on with the Nets too, and they had to lose 3 in a row to go under.
Right. They was right on the Knicks. The Knicks finished with 53 wins. They shit was 50. I think they should actually know. Let me find a fucking picture. But they was right on. It was just crazy how right on the number they was with so many squads.
Right. And that's why you got to pay attention to that for when they, you know what I'm saying, they giving you like I would have looked at that Utah number and been like, wait a minute, Utah?
Right. 18 and a half. Um, but nah, it was somehow this shit came up to me. The over under shit came up to me when I was trying to talk about what's happening with Denver. Um,
Oh yeah, but yeah.
I mean, and they went slightly over, I want to say, with 54 wins. Um, but they had a game yesterday that they was playing San Antonio. If San Antonio beats Denver, then Denver goes to the 4 seed and the Lakers go to the 3. And JJ Redick was talking probably last week about he was saying that teams are positioning themselves to want to play the Lakers. He was like, everybody wants to play us. And he felt like he could see teams sitting dudes and trying to maneuver to where they could be either first round matchup with the Lakers. He was low key basically making it seem like that's why Houston was going so hard because they went 9-1 to end the season.
To make sure they played us.
Right. And the one they lost was to Minnesota,
Who
which
also wants to play us.
and then just second round, he was just making it seem like I don't know who he was referring to, but it made it seem like he was basically implying that San Antonio wanted us in the 3, but then San Antonio had the chance yesterday to beat Denver and make us the 3 seed and set up them seeing us next round or us seeing them or whatever. But then they basically tanked the game. Like they didn't play Wemby. I feel like they didn't play a lot of their dudes. They ended up making a run at it, but Denver ended up beating them. But Denver, so you would figure San Antonio wanted Denver out of their bracket. Like y'all get on OKC side of the bracket because Denver, y'all are probably the biggest threat outside of this top 2. Like, one of us, if one of us, OKC or San Antonio, don't make it to the conference finals, it's probably because we ran into Denver. And so we could beat Denver yesterday and put them on OKC side of the bracket and be like, y'all deal with them. Or we lose to Denver yesterday and now they're on our side of the bracket.
For the second round.
And it's like, is that really what we want? But then Windhorst was saying Denver didn't want to be the 3 seed. Like Denver, because as the 3 seed, they got to play Minnesota first round. And Minnesota supposedly has Denver's number. So I don't know how he felt like Denver was tanking because I'm sitting here looking and seeing that they've won 12 games in a row.
Denver.
And they went obviously 10-0 to end the season, 12 games straight. But he was saying that they were sitting dudes. Like Joker didn't play the second half yesterday. Joker was only playing these games to get to 65. Like he was trying to get to 65 to be eligible for first team All NBA and all that. So they was not playing Joker heavy minutes. They was kind of low managing their dudes, but they just keep winning. Either they running into other squads that's want to win less than them.
Right. Nah, it's funny because when you were saying all that, I was going to say, because that's what they were saying. Us, Houston, and Denver, we all had these glossy records, but it was all against these tanking squads. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the other part of it is like, yeah, you look like you doing something, but you really not. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Houston had went 9-1.
Right.
Because we had even had a cool little run there. You know what I'm saying? Even after dudes had got hurt, we won those last three. You know what I'm saying? And probably other than that OKC game was on a cool streak. But then they was like those was against all trash teams. So that's the other part of the tanking is on the bottom end is it makes what the teams at the top end look real good, but they're not really playing nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, finish.
So nah, the playoff matchups are set. Like, and I felt like the Lakers, I feel like the year we won it in the bubble, I feel like there was some conversation about how we should have been ending the season and setting up our matchups. And we
Mm,
just kind of threw it all out the window. And it was just like,
we winning.
even back to the Shaq Kobe days, I felt like there were years where we were trying to not end up with San Antonio first round or different sides of the bracket. So I think at the end of the day, it's all whatever. Like, if you're going to win the chip, you got to go through good teams. And so,
I think it's even harder to do in the NBA. This 7 game series is, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't remember somebody really winning one because they matchups went right.
right.
Like it's not like college, you know what I'm saying? It'd be enough good teams at the top where if you don't get the best team, the next best team gonna be there. Like it's very rare when you get there and it's like the 5 against the 4. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't remember. I feel like Dallas with Luca was one of the few times when it's like, okay, they kind of knocked off, you know what I'm saying? Because didn't they beat OKC that year?
I think
Because
so.
that
Yeah, they did. They did.
yeah,
They did.
because Luca had Shea's number until Shea won it.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think tanking like that in the NBA in the league is gonna be, you
For
know what I'm saying? Not,
matchups.
yeah, not at the top. At the bottom, it's definitely beneficial, but to do that at the top, I feel like you know what I'm saying. And even when them Shaq and Kobe years, I mean, we still three-peated. Saying so, you
Right.
know,
No, it never hurt the Lakers. Like, I
right.
remember them years and we was like, damn, if we had finished stronger, we would have not had to deal with Sacramento or whomever it was. And they would always come through it. So you're right. Them 7 game series, they do even that shit out where it's like,
You
are y'all
gotta be
really
the
better
best
than us?
team, right? Right. It's hard to fool niggas for 7 games. You know what I'm saying? And that was another part of what they were saying. Like they should switch some of the early rounds to 5 games because that would give you more. You know what I'm saying? Like if the favorite lost game 1, all of a sudden now it's like, you know what I mean? The pressure is ramped up. But in the 7 game series, you can lose the first couple games and still feel like the water is gonna rise to its proper level. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Boston did that a couple times and they run. Like they was on the brink of elimination. You know what I'm saying? And was just like, it's not over till it's over, man.
Right. Nah, it worked. Well, I was gonna say it worked both ways, but the year Denver swept us, um,
We will
Miami
be
was
up
sweep
every game.
and Miami was sweeping Boston on the other side. Like, at one
Oh,
point we was both down 3-0 in the conference finals.
and we got swept and they went 7.
Right. And still lost.
Right, but
But
it took it to 7.
I'm sitting there looking like, if these cats come all the way back from 3-0 and win this series, like, they don't have to do nothing else. Like, that's gonna be enough. Cause I don't think nobody's done that, right? In
Nah,
the NBA, like, it's happened in baseball, but
right, right. Nah, no one has. Nah, it's crazy because I remember when that happened that year, I was like, would you rather get swept or be down 3-0 and lose game 7? And everybody was like, oh no, lose game 7. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's man, that's more painful. And both y'all seasons is over. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But yeah, I
Nah,
remember.
that's a bigger crest fall. Like that's a bigger fall off the cliff, getting to game 7 and losing
Right.
as opposed to just getting swept
Getting
out.
swept. Right, right.
So now I heard Cat's been getting at you about Cooper Flag
Oh yeah. Yeah.
from the 20-30 games under 500 Dallas Mavericks.
Right. See, wait, hold up. All right, because I want to get this right.
Averaged 21, 7, and 5.
Right. People trying to say that's like a LeBron rookie year. Somebody else was like Larry Bird. Like they making it seem like this is a historic rookie year. You know what I'm saying? And I guess LeBron didn't make the playoffs his rookie year either.
Right.
So they saying that they're using that to nullify him not making the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? His numbers not being impactful. I just feel like LeBron's numbers felt more impactful his rookie year. Like LeBron came in game 1 against Sacramento, and you was like, okay, like these 50-point games Cooper Flag been getting have been towards the end of the season. Again, where you can't really judge the every it's so much going on. Like if he was doing that at the beginning, I would have been like, okay. But now teams is tanking, teams is trying to get in certain spots. Like, how much of these numbers are legit? You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't start off like this. You remember his first few games, he was like donut, less than 10, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but you got to give him his props on the numbers. The numbers is the numbers. And I guess ain't no 19-year-old ever scored 50 and, you know, all the numbers. He got some decent numbers. But again, you got to put it in context because LeBron was like really the first teenager to come in playing. Like the dudes that we think of as teenagers, they didn't play right away. Like Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Kobe, it took Kobe a couple years before he, you know what I'm saying? It was his team. T Mac, KG, like those dudes, you know what I'm saying? So when you say, oh, the youngest player ever, it's like, because this is a new, now they handed teams over to 19-year-olds. Like, and it wasn't even supposed to be that. It's supposed to be AD and Kyrie there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It kind of just fell in his lap. So, I'm not gonna hate on his numbers. His numbers is his numbers, but I'm not ready to put him in the hall yet either. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these Cooper Flag supporters are like thinking he's Hall of Fame worthy already. Because uh remember we had that group, our group text. We was talking about it in there, the one with Black in them. Because
Yeah.
Kerry Rose is in that one.
Right.
And he been talking about it on his show.
Mm.
He been calling Cooper Flag his dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to give my dude Cooper Flag his love. And I'm like, okay, because we was killing Cooper Flag in the text chain. Uh Even back at the draft, like when he measured in at like 6'7" or whatever, 6'8", we was clowning him then. And then game 1, Terrell hopped in. Remember,
Right.
Terrell was killing Cooper Flag at the beginning of the season for that, the first early games. So I I know Kerry didn't say nothing, but I know he was like, oh, they hating on my dude. You know what I'm saying? So now that Cooper Flag has had the year that he's had, Kerry is like, you know what I mean? Hey, that's my dude. I told y'all.
Yeah, I don't know. I bought the Cooper Flag hype more than you did in college. Like I felt like, all right, they anointing this dude, and usually when they anoint, it comes through. Like usually the cast that they put it on, like even going back to who's the big dude out of Duke that's at New Orleans now, Zion, like, you know, they anointed Zion, and has he completely fulfilled all of that? No, but has he shown enough to be like, all right, I see what dudes was seeing that made them feel like he could be the next whatever.
Right. His
Um,
issue is his weight.
right, and it's different than a number one pick. Like there's a number one pick every year. Some pan out, some don't. But it's not often where the number one pick is a slam dunk, like anointed, like this is the dude, like Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning type shit in the NFL. Like tank worthy, I think is a
Right.
term we use. Like how many of these dudes are tank worthy?
Right.
And I don't, initially I think I felt like, all right, if they saying he is, then he is. But then I think as I started to see more, it was like, because I remember us, and I got Paulo Banquero's stats pulled up here, because I remember we said last year around this time, we was like, what's his baseline? Like, what? And we established, we was like Paulo is probably bare minimum where he needs to be. And his numbers are comparable to Paulo. Paulo as a rookie, 72 games, averaged 20 and 7 with 4 assists. Cooper Flag was 21, 7, and maybe 5 assists. I think Orlando probably had a better season. And that's the thing, especially with us mentioning LeBron. Like LeBron was coming, like Cleveland was legit lotto squad, worst in the league. And so I think if you just did what was the improvement LeBron's rookie year compared to what Cleveland was before, they probably improved like 20 games.
Right. It
But it
wasn't
was
close to
just
Cooper Flag because they didn't even improve.
no, right. And that's the thing. Like, even if you want to say AD and Kyrie didn't play much, they still like there was still like Gafford and PJ Washington, and I don't know if Tim Hardaway Jr. is still there.
Nah, he with
Um,
Denver now.
okay. But they got several pieces that were on their NBA Finals team. Now, granted, Luca ain't in that mix no more, or Kyrie. So it's like, all right, how good is PJ Washington gonna look without Luca? It's gonna be how James Worthy looked without Magic. Like it's
How
like, all
Pippen
right,
looked
Jay.
without Jordan.
Right. So they still had enough pieces where if you're bringing in a true number one, which is what Cooper Flag was supposed to be, then you should still be somewhere in range. Like I think they obviously went under on the season, but I think their number coming in was maybe like 41, 42, and they won
Mm,
26. So
mm.
I think my verdict on Cooper Flag at this point is like I'm not buying or selling, I'm holding. Like
I love it.
I'm in a hold position with Cooper Flag. Like I'm not gonna buy more of him because I'm still not sure he's a one on a winning team. And I'm not gonna sell because
Because he
I
could be.
mean, yeah, I still don't I still feel it's doubtful
Mm,
that, and it's funny because Orlando went way under this year. And it's
mm.
like they won, I don't know. Shit, can I pull that up real quick before I lose my train of thought? Um yeah, they won 45 games. I want to say their over under was in the 50s. Uh
Orlando,
yeah.
they had a lot of injuries though.
And so I mean, all right. So I mean, they were probably slotted to be a four, which is probably where they finished last year. They were based on those over under projections. Um, damn, they was in the play-in last year. They went 500. So
Mm.
yeah, they was expecting a big jump out of Orlando. And my question is like, what was that based on?
Well, they had got Desmond Bain.
Okay.
That I
So
mean, I know
let's
now looking at it, don't seem like much, but at the time, people was like feeling that was not the missing piece, but you know what I'm
I
saying?
just I feel like they thought Paulo was elevating. And he
Mm.
probably did.
Because he was hurt,
And so I think like the base of it is the question is he an A? Is he a one?
man.
Is he a franchise player? If your goal is to win a chip, can you do that with Paulo as your best player?
No, as or flag.
No,
Looking at Orlando,
I'm still comparing it to I'm still using the Paulo comparison because my thing is I still don't know if he's uh, a franchise player.
mm,
And you know he's 4 years in. Last year he averaged 26. This year he averaged 22. He's averaged 22 for his career. 4 games in, he's 22, 8-5. But has Orlando improved that much? Like, are they a threat to win it? Like, they're not gonna win it with the mix they have. And they got a cool mix, but they'd have to add, I think, somebody better than all them dudes to elevate Orlando. And so if the jury's still out on Paulo, then the jury is for damn still out on Cooper Flag. Like, because I
man,
remember you saying last year, you were like, this, he's getting Wemby level hype.
right?
That was where you, that's where you was very strongly drawing the line. And I could hear the Cooper Flag stand saying, well, yeah, Wemby, they didn't make the playoffs his first year. It took Wemby 2 or 3 years to become this dude. But
Nah, I was just gonna say I'm glad to hear you saying what you saying because I had kind of bowed down to the Cooper Flag folks off of what they was getting off. Like, okay, I'm gonna just let y'all get it off. But the way you crafted that argument about him and Bankero, because I remember us saying, is he better than Bankero? Because the next level was Tatum from Duke. You know what I'm saying? And Kyle Hurd is saying Cooper Flag is better than Tatum now. And I mean, I just couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't go for that. So for you to put a good argument together that he's not even better than Bankero yet, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that whole shit he talking about he's better than Tatum. I mean, when he was saying that, I was like, wow, is that where y'all going with it? So y'all just skipped over Bankero, huh? Now it's him and Tatum, and
I
Tatum
mean,
got a ring.
if you're saying Tatum with off in an Achilles tear, then
I
okay. But
mean,
if you're saying Tatum at his peak,
right. I don't
Cooper
think he
Flag
was
at
saying
his peak,
I don't think he was saying Tatum off of an Achilles. I think he's saying like Tatum from last year.
yeah.
Like, who, right. Nah, that's how I was. And he put an argument together about how Tatum's not aggressive and he had his reasonings, but I'm just like, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? But now you put it where, wait a minute, this nigga is not even better than Bankero yet. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my argument. Like, honestly, and again, so many people cut this down, but I'm still giving the rookie of the year to Con Knipp.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And actually, he's the favorite because that was Dan Patrick's right. Dan Patrick was like, all right, he shouldn't be the favorite. Like, I would load up on Cooper Flag if that's the case. Like, and he made all these arguments, Cooper Flag is carrying a team by himself and he's 19 and Khan is the third option. But I'm like, again, carrying them to where? You know what I'm saying? They got a worse record than they had last year. But I feel like Khan has more of the combination of numbers and his team got better. And they giving him credit for the culture change. You know what I'm saying? They said he's changed the culture in Charlotte with his work ethic. Not even being a loud dude, just always in the gym the first. Because Charlotte is a bunch of knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? So for them to say this dude changed that culture, that means something. You ain't hearing none of that about Cooper Flag. It's just his numbers, and they still not winning. So they ain't like they saying, yeah, Cooper Flag has changed the culture here. Like dudes, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't remember. It was one of the two. Either Dan Patrick or Cowherd was like, I would rather build around Cooper Flag than Luca right now.
Wow.
Dude, they was like, it's easier to build around Cooper Flag. I'm like, come on, man, y'all going too far. Like saying the kind of dudes you got to put around Luca, like it's harder to find them kind of dudes than it is to find the kind of dudes to put around Cooper Flag. I'm like, nah, man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? The hyperbole is too much. But again, I was just listening because I didn't want to just shit on their moment. But I love your argument that he's not even better than Bankero yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like because I hadn't looked at the numbers and the numbers are close. Like I didn't know, because they make it seem like what Cooper Flag averaged 25?
No, he averaged 21.
21. Okay. Okay. Because they was making it seem like his average was just so unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I feel like other rookies have come in with, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he was 30 a game. He hit a couple 50s, but again, that was late in the season.
Right. 21, 7, and 5. Knipples, 19.
Okay.
And
And
we
broke the
was I
broke the three record.
super wrong on Knipple. Shit.
Right. Nah, me
You
too.
know, corrections and retractions. Shout out PMS, uh, Petros and Money on the corrections and retractions. I was dead wrong
Me
about
too.
Knipple.
Me too. I thought he
I,
was another Reed Shepard.
and Reed Shepard's like, hold on, put some respect on my name.
Right. But this is second year now.
I thought he was another Adam Morris. The dude, Adam Morrison, was it Morris or it was Morrison?
Morrison. Morrison. That's hilarious. He said, I thought he was another Adam Morrison.
Pick any just run of the mill 6'7" white dude who was cool
That
in
that could
college.
that could shoot in college.
Connect four. Like, I mean, just pick
Uh,
any of these dudes that it was like, dude, I'm gonna have to get that off on what's the dude from Minnesota we keep shouting out?
McDaniels.
I'm gonna have to
McDaniels.
get I'm gonna have to get that off on a Lou Dort, on a McDaniels. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Right.
And
Nah.
I haven't seen Knipple. I felt like I might have seen him in summer league. And, the thing that kind of, I don't know, this was my first time going to summer league. And when I was sitting there reminiscing through them pictures, I don't know why I was looking through pictures. And I came across that picture of the over and under sheet from last year. And I was just like, damn, I got to make sure I make it back to summer league this year. I mean, I've told you, I was back and forth to Vegas so much. I had that little flying thing where I could leave.
Right.
So anyway, one of the things I saw in summer league, and it's nothing profound, and it's going to sound funny coming from me, but Knippo had a huge ass head. Like,
Oh, nah.
seeing him in person, it was like, dude,
He like a Mike
this
Dunleavy.
Right.
because he had a
And
big ass head.
for some reason, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's he ahead of his time. Like it's something about that head that he
It's a
ain't
big
gonna
ass
just
brain in there.
he ain't gonna just melt into nothing.
Right,
And by this
right,
point, he was already doing some cool work in summer league. He probably only played like 2 games before they shut him down. But um, yeah, I thought he was just gonna be like any other dude that was a system player in college and was gonna get to the league and have to really swim and fight for his own food, hunt his own food. And I was like, he ain't gonna be able to do it. And I don't know that he's doing it. His numbers suggest, and the fact that his team is better and everybody giving him this respect. I haven't seen him play, but just based on all that, I'm gonna go ahead and say I apologize.
right. Now
Con,
he his shot. You know what I'm saying? He broke the rookie three record. They talking about him breaking Steph shit.
right?
So
But was it like that? And I mean, squads can't take that away.
and see that this plays to why he shouldn't get it. It's because he playing with more than Cooper Flag is. Because Lamelo's still Lamelo. You know what I'm saying? And then Bridges, like and that's what they say, like he's the third wheel on that team, but he's a hella third wheel though. You know what I'm saying? He's playing that third because LaMelo's still doing his shit coming down, taking off, you know what I'm saying, one-legged threes. So you still trying to take that away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if squads is really like we taking Khan away yet. Like,
Nah,
he's
and that's the thing that a 7 game series will
will
expose.
expose, right?
But they
Absolutely, because
not
that's what
even
happened.
they in a
That's what happened.
plan. They in a
Right,
plan.
right,
They got
right.
to go to Philly.
No, that's a very good point because that's what happened to Austin last year.
Right.
He had a great regular season, and dudes was putting all this on him, and then McDaniels was like, "I got him for 7 games." You know what I'm saying?
If they can if they can get that far.
Right, but it's me and this guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just lock in on him. And Austin had nothing for that. So you absolutely right, because that's probably what Khan is gonna come up against in these playoffs. Where it's like, okay, during the regular season, teams is coming in and out of town. Like they leaving like, damn, Khan was kind of cool, but we don't play y'all tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the next time we see him is, months down the road. The next team come in and have to figure that out. But when you seeing them
Right.
every game, they like, no, Khan. Saying. So you're right. That is gonna be a litmus test. But rookie of the year is a regular season award. You know what I'm saying? So we really grading on what he did for the regular season. But you're right. As far as the long-term success, these playoffs is gonna be a good indicator of is it, how is that gonna play?
Right.
And it's funny because that was another thing I wanted to touch on was like first we were saying how Reed Shepard, this is his second year and he's taking a step forward, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like somebody else who falls into that same category is Bronny. Because Bronny was getting, I mean, he still is getting like hate, like mad hate, but now it's kind of like, yo, you know what I'm saying? The dude for the 55th pick, because you brought up Connect. You know what I'm saying? And when we drafted Connect, folks was loving it. Summer League, folks was loving Connect. And even in the first few games of his first rookie year, it's like, oh, we might have got a steal with Connect. Now Connect can't get on the floor. And we putting Bronny in. You know what I'm saying? Bronny went down to the G League, was killing the G League. Dude still want to act like he can't play, but I'm like, yo, for the 55th pick, like I'm saying right now, he's giving us more than Connect. And we was loving Connect at one point. You know what I'm saying? So not saying Bronny gonna be an all-star or nothing like that, but you gotta kind of put some respect on his name too. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, he surpassed what it. according to everybody, he would have been out of the league by now when he got drafted. You know what I'm saying? Dudes was like, oh, he shouldn't have even been drafted. He's not an NBA player. Like, this dude, that family 24 hour that's better than Bronny. Like, I feel like he's proved that that's not true. You know what I'm saying? If you take the name off the back of the jersey and just look at how he's playing for the 55th pick, you like, okay. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers might have found something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right. Nah. And shit, I got a corrections and retractions on that one too, because I was one of the biggest Bronny haters. I wasn't super vocal about it. I knew what it was. Like the fact that he made McDonald's but wasn't first team all league.
Right.
He wasn't he wasn't one of the top 5 or 6 players in his league, but somehow he's one of the top 25 players in the
In the
country.
country. Right, right. Nah,
And it progressed from that to him getting drafted after barely half a season at SC, not doing work, not making the tournament. Um, and I remember saying, like, I was like, I'm gonna be real vigilant on seeing who was drafted, who was left on the board. Either, I mean, I think it's only 60 picks in the draft, so it was only 4 dudes selected after Bronny. But there are dudes that didn't get drafted, come in on some undrafted free agent type stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna pay attention to all that because if there's anything that was left on the board by the Lakers because they was doing LeBron a favor, then to me that's a fireable offense. I'm not gonna let that go.
right.
But a year and a half, damn near 2 seasons later, I don't know what that was. Like, I don't know
And now
that.
he's looking just as good as some dudes in the first round.
Right,
That's what's making it crazy. Is like he looking good as Connect. You know what I'm saying? Connect we was happy with that pick. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And then that's the other thing, because I got into an argument today about somebody about Connect still got potential, and you know what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. The Lakers gonna let him go, and he gonna go ball somewhere else. I'm like, Connect is 24. You know what I'm saying? His ceiling, he's close to his ceiling. Like, because they was like, Connect is like a poor man's Luca. I was like, come on, man. When Luca was 24, he was carrying teams to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Connect is 24 and can't get in a rotation yet. And that's the other thing. Bronny is only 21.
Mm.
Imagine Bronny 3 years from now. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be fading Connect. And I think that's the one thing that Bronny has is like he's been given a lot of shit, but because of that, he knows how to accept shit that he's given and grow into it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He like, okay, I may not have deserved this when I got it, but I know how to continue to work until I don't look overwhelmed in this. You know what I'm saying? Some people get shit and I couldn't do it. But he been doing this all his life. You know what I'm saying? He been getting shit that he ain't really supposed to get. So he knows how to grow into it. You know what I'm saying? Some people just never grow into it. But he like, nah, I kind of understand this process now. My dad has had me in environments where I was like, man, I'm probably not quite ready for this yet. But I stay in it long enough where eventually I am ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the one thing that Ronnie's background gives him is he's been exposed to high level situations probably before he deserved to be all his life. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga was driving a Lambo in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I didn't deserve this, but I grew into it. You know what I mean? Like I know how to handle it. Like, cause for all the shit that he's been given, he haven't really fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you look at like Jordan's kid. You know what I mean? He out there wilding out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Bronny, even with all the shit that he's given, Bronny still, you know, he takes it and tries to do the best he can do with it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's exactly what's going on with this Lakers situation. Like when he first got it, I mean, I just remember all the interviews he had to do. I mean, people were just hating on that kid. You know what I mean? Through summer league, then they would put together these highlights of all these air balls he was doing and layups and shit. Like, they was relentless on Bronny, but through all that, he just kept working. You know what I'm saying? Went down to the G League, and at first he wasn't doing shit in the G League. But then it got to the point where this year it was kind of like, yo, Bronny's down there killing. And then it was like people was hating on, oh, it's just the D League. Like everything he do, every step he improved, it's like there was a reason why that, you know what I'm saying, that don't qualify. Because there's still people hating on the numbers he's putting up now. But I'm like, if you really watch the game, he's improved, man. Like, it's no two ways around it. He's a he's a decent backup NBA player now.
Yeah, it's funny because I think last year was the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live, and they did the 50-year anniversary show, and Eddie Murphy was on it,
Oh,
and they
right.
did Black Jeopardy, and he
Mm,
played Tracy Morgan on Black Jeopardy,
wow.
even though Tracy Morgan was right
Was
next
right
to
there.
him.
Right. Right.
And one of the categories in Black Jeopardy was "Leave Bronny alone."
That's hilarious.
And it's like, that's basically what you saying. Like,
Right.
that kind of sums up your whole point, is like, leave him alone, dude. Like, just get off of him for a little bit.
Right. Nah.
Give him
And
some
people
room.
and people never did, but he powered through though. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's worth something. Because I just remember it's like some of the interviews he had to do in the early days. Where it's like, man, this is a lot for this little dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because he was getting killed. And he just kind of had to be like, I'm here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? What y'all want me to do? You know what I'm saying? But what he did was just
Right.
continue
Quit.
to work. Huh?
I was like, he's like, what y'all want me to do? Quit?
Right. Nah. And
Like,
that's basically what people was trying to force him to do. You know what I'm saying? But he just stuck with it, man. Like, I don't know. That to me, again, because like you look at Connect, you know what I'm saying? He was in that trade. After that trade, he ain't been the same. He turned into mush. You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't even keep himself together to be professional. Like, nah, keep working. You know what I'm saying? Work your way back into the rotation. Just don't pout and just be like, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to prove
So,
y'all wrong.
right, right. Not prove y'all right. He proving us right. Like, see, I wish we could have got something for his ass. You know what I'm saying? But again, Bronny could have did the same thing. Bronny could have been like, man, this is too much pressure, man. Y'all didn't want me to make it anyway. Like he could have easily took that position. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. And it's crazy because now people are still like, nah, man, he still ain't good. Anthony Bennett scored 10 points and 11 points in the league before. And it's like, man, that's not even, you know what I'm saying? That's not even a fair comparison. Anthony Bennett was the number
Right.
one pick. This dude's a 55th pick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, I get all that. And, I think even because I think what I texted you yesterday, I don't remember how it came up. I think you texted me something about Nick Smith Jr.
Oh, right.
And
Nah. All our two-way dudes. Because you were saying how Timmy is a real factor. So I was saying how they calling Timmy the G League Joker. And you was like, Timmy's a real factor. And then that's when we went into all our two-way dudes, which Bronny falls into.
right. Nah, I mean, I because it was one radio show. I think it was either this weekend or last week where they was basically trying to tell it was Laker talk, and they were like, who should be? I don't know if they was talking about the 12th man because I think you can only put 12 on the roster in playoffs,
Right, right.
and they was fans was calling in, and the host was arguing about who should be the 12th man, and a lot of cats was arguing for a dude Thiero.
Mm, okay.
Um, and others was arguing for Drew Timmy, um, and it might even just been who should be like the last man in like who should be the last man in the rotation, like whatever that is, eighth or ninth guy, because I know Vando's name came up in the conversation as well. But all of these is just like, all right, man, like I like because we was talking about what can the Lakers do to sort of get this youth movement going and get it to where they got these two-way dudes that can guard some of these killer wings, Shea included. And it's like, all right, I thought Nick Smith Jr. was actually bigger. He only 6'2". But a dude, what a dude want to do? Like, is he? I haven't really seen him. I know he
Cause he's
athletic.
6'8", right? He's 6'8", right?
Yeah,
Nah, he is athletic. He could be that 3 and D. I mean, not even 3 and D, just the D. Because he ain't got the three yet, you know what I'm saying? But just that hyper athletic defensive wing, he got that.
right. Nah. So I mean, between Timmy, a dude, Nick Smith Jr., who they loving,
Well, they
and
signed
they
him to a contract.
right, and he was probably a first round pick.
Right.
Um, and he's playing ahead of Bronny, right? Is he in the rotation?
Kinda. I feel like him and Bronny's kind of getting, those same similar minutes. One game, one of them will get in the first quarter. The other game, another one will get in the first quarter. But they come in for different reasons. Because Nick Smith come in when we look for somebody to score, and Bronny is more like a defender facilitator right now. You know what I'm saying? But we need both of that with Luka and AR out. With Luka and AR in, we don't need no facilitator. You know what I'm saying, Bronny? We don't need you doing that. But right
Right.
now, we need that. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, Bronny has definitely climbed the ladder for us to even have him in this conversation with these other two-way dudes. You know what I'm saying? Says a lot for him.
Nah, and then Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard's another Con Knipple to me. Like I didn't Luke Kennard, didn't he go to Duke?
Yeah, he did. But he's like
And
the all-time percentage leader from three.
I know the Clippers had him at one point. I don't know if that's where he started.
I don't
And when
think
they
he's I
okay,
don't
I
think he
mean,
started there. Because he's been with a bunch of squads.
whenever he was there, it was kind of like, all right, that's another shrewd move. Like the Clippers
Mm,
be making cool moves. Like they
right,
do some shit that it's like Lakers. Why wasn't y'all trying to do that?
right,
Um, and when they picked up Luke, it was like, I don't like him. Like he's surpassed what I thought he could be. And when we got him, I was like, dude, what are we doing? Like, we just every white dude in the league, Drew Timmy included, like we want them all. Like
right. Nah,
we
and
the
it's
new
funny
Utah
because
Jazz.
when we got him, my because I got that basketball chat that I'm in for my fantasy league, fantasy basketball, and that's where a couple of the super flag lovers are. You know what I'm saying? And one of the
Mm.
main ones is a Clipper fan. And when we got what's his name?
Luke Kennard.
Yeah, when we got Kennard, I was like, is Kennard better than Connect? because they're supposedly doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in the chat was like, "Oh, nah, Kennard is way better." And I just remember him saying, because he's a Clipper fan, he was like, "You gonna love how he shoot, but you gonna want him to shoot more." He
Mm.
said that the day we picked him up, and I just remember like halfway through him getting here, that's all they would talk about on Laker Talk. Like, why doesn't he shoot more? Like, he hits, he'll be like 2 for 3 from three. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, dude, shoot 6 threes. You know what I'm saying? Shoot 8 threes. Why are you always doing that? And I remember even they asked him that in one of he came on either the pregame or the postgame show, and they was like, people want you to shoot more. And he was like, I always pride myself on just making the right play. And me shooting to me ain't always the right play. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, I was kind of like, okay, but he had a game where he had a triple double.
Right.
When I was like, okay, and you know what I'm saying? They were saying he play makes more than they thought he would. And me too, you know what I'm saying? And he rebound like he just everything he does a little bit better than you thought he did. You thought he was just a spot up, and that's kind of like Khan. You know what I'm saying? You thought he was just a spot up shooter, but he can play make a little bit better than you thought. He plays D a little bit better than you thought. I didn't think he could rebound, 10 rebound, like you know what I mean? So that was a very shrewd pickup, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's somebody that can play with Luka moving forward.
Mm.
Because that's the kind of you need shooters around Luka for when he drives, spot up shooters. You know what I'm saying? For when he drive and he can't shoot it, he kick it out to you. You got to knock that down. So I think Kennard is a piece that we need to hold on to moving forward. But it's funny because before we started recording, we had this conversation, and I feel like we an hour or so in, and it comes all back to this. But what is that going to do to have us beat OKC? You know what I'm saying? Because as we was talking about all day, I was like, wait a minute. Just what we started about an hour ago talking about, like, that's not enough.
Because as you were saying it, I was like, true, we do need shooters around Luca, but we also need dudes that can go on the other end and
And
guard Shea.
stop somebody. Right.
Like hit a three on one side and then come on the other side and lock up Shea. And Luke Kennard ain't doing
Not
that.
that. Right. Nah. So
But
that
I like a lot of what the Lakers have done.
I
Like
agree.
I like a lot of these pieces. They're insignificant or they're not
They're not
starters.
enough to make us beat OKC,
Right.
but they are building blocks into something better. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like it's like the young core. We had that young core before
Uh,
we brought in LeBron. It was
LeBron.
like, oh, we like this young core. Like all these pieces are cool.
We
We
still a
one day,
lottery team, though.
but we got potential. Like
Lonzo, Jay Hart, Julius Randle, Clarkson, BI.
right, Randall.
I said
And you
him.
said Randall.
Yeah.
And the big dude that we traded to the Clippers, that's in
Oh,
Indiana now.
Zubac and Thomas Bryant,
Right.
who's turned into a big that can shoot the three.
Right. And it was just like, man, just be a little bit more patient with it. And
And
we
some of
might
them was
have
here when we
something.
got LeBron
Right.
because we had to move some of them to get AD.
Right. Right. But, you know, as the playoffs start, like, how you feeling? Like, we got Houston first round.
Yeah, I mean, I just without Luca and ARs, you know what I mean. Luca may be able to come back for the Houston series at some point. If we can prolong it long enough to get Luca back for that series, I think we may be able to get out of that series. But then that still leads us to OKC. And we saw what we could do against OKC at full strength. You know what I'm saying? AR and Luka will be coming off being out for like a month. I mean, you know
Right.
what I mean? I just don't think it's realistic to think we can get past them. I still think there's a way that we could get past Houston. Some people is counting that out. I think we may be the biggest dogs in them first round series.
Wow.
Yeah. People is saying that's automatically a wrap. Like we've won and done. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can see a way that we could get past Houston with these injuries, but
Without Luke.
it's if Luka comes back at the end, like if Luka could come back for like game 5, 6, and 7, and we just got to either be down 3-2, you know what I'm saying, without Luka. I feel like that's the formula. You know what I'm saying? If Luka's out the whole series, you know what I mean? I don't see how we can do it.
And it's
Because
like, do you
Luka's
want,
coming back tomorrow.
oh, from Germany or whatever?
Yeah, Luka gets back to the US tomorrow, and then they're gonna reevaluate him to see whatever he got done, how is that working? You know what I'm saying? So they say it may be another week or two before they let him play. And we don't play for another week.
And then the first round goes really slow. The first round series takes like 2 weeks.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So another week before we play, then him being out for a week will put him, that 2 weeks to be, to the middle or the end of that series. If that happens, then I say we can get by Houston. If we was full strength, we smashed Houston.
Mm.
But how we are now, I think we would have to tread water till Luka came back. You know what I'm saying? And then if we won that first series, AR could probably come back for the next series. But I think that's the problem. In that game where they both got hurt, before they got hurt, OKC was kicking our ass. You know what I'm saying? So that has me. Again, it's a regular season game. Playoffs is different. I understand all of that, but that doesn't give me a lot of hope. Thinking, oh no, we can handle OKC.
Right. Do you really want to limp into that?
Right? No, you can't.
Because that's what they're saying uh, about the Warriors. How the Warriors are talking about tanking. They like, even if if Steph becomes Steph and gets us through these 2 games in the play in, then we got to go see OKC. And it's like, do we
Right.
really want to? Do we
Right.
really want to go through all of that to go see them young thugs?
Right. Nah, that's the thing. No one wants that matchup except San Antonio. And they want it, but they don't know they can beat them. They just want it.
Right. So then what about the East? Because the West, I mean, you got to be foolish to pick against OKC at this point.
And if you do, your choices is really only San Antonio or possibly Denver. If you
Right.
going any deeper than that in the West, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the East is Boston. I can't see nobody else coming out the East but Boston.
Really?
At this point, I don't trust the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Detroit was the squad that I thought could do it until Cade got hurt. Cade is back now, but that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? How you were saying with us limping in. Like, where is
But they
Cade
was
to work? Huh?
I was about to say they was digging Boston out during the year, but that was actually the Knicks
Digging
they
out.
kept
Right.
in.
Right. Like, how much of Cade is, what percentage of Cade is he now than he was when he was an MVP candidate? If you can tell me he's 90% of that, then Detroit has a shot. But without him being at full strength, and that's why I feel like he was such high up as an MVP candidate because they're a completely different team without him. he brings so much. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really have another scorer other than that. I mean, Duran is their next leading scorer, but he a big and he eats off of Cade hooking him up. Like he not, you know what I'm saying? He not really eating on his own like that. So I don't know. I think the winner of the whole thing is coming out the West. I think whoever comes out the West is winning it, even if it's down to Denver. I feel like the first three teams in the West is better than the best team in the East. And at this moment, I think it's Boston. As much as I hate saying that, you know what I'm saying? They got the pedigree, what they did during this regular season, and then adding Tatum back to it. Like that's, even if he ain't the full Tatum, like who do you think is coming out the East?
Um, I don't know, because harkening back to the beginning, you were saying the NBA needs a really good playoff.
Hmm?
And part of what went through my mind when you said it was we coming off of finals that was OKC versus Indiana. And it's like, how more bland could you get
Right.
than that? And I feel like the NBA is like, I don't know that we could do that twice in
That,
a row.
right. Nah.
And so from that perspective, it's like they need San Antonio or Denver or Houston. Shit, even Minnesota, maybe. They need it not to be OKC versus Detroit.
Right.
Like they need Boston or the Knicks to come out of the East. And if OKC is on the other side of that, I think they can swim. They just need. I feel like they need Boston or the Knicks there
I
versus
agree.
whatever the West is gonna bring.
I agree. They need a
Uh,
marquee team
right.
that got a built-in viewership. You know what I'm saying? Like people gonna watch this because it's Team X.
And the Knicks ain't been there in so long. And I feel like every time they get there, they come up against this insurmountable foe. Like they came up against San Antonio one year
Mm.
and got swept. I think that was the last time they got there. That was like 2000. That was, I want to say,
Mm.
Tim Duncan's. That wasn't his rookie year. Shit.
It might have been.
Or his second year. Did they win it his rookie year?
Nah, they didn't. They didn't. They didn't.
Okay. So his second year, um, which was a lockout year, I want to say, because it was only like a 50-game season or whatever. But anyway, I mean, it would be very nickish for them to get there against OKC and just get smashed.
Right. Nah. I mean, I just see too many holes in them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't they two main
Who's
dudes
they
can't
coach? Mike
guard.
Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, ever since
Right.
Mike Brown flamed out with the Lakers, I
Right.
can't.
And Brunson and Cat, like they hunt them. You know what I'm saying? Just how people say we can't win because Luca and AR can't guard, Cat and Brunson the same thing. And then Brunson, I feel like it's catching up to him. Like he ain't the same dude he was last year. Like last year, I feel like he had way more impact on the game. Like this year, his numbers didn't fall as much as you would think, but his impact ain't the same. Like I don't know. I just can't see the Knicks doing it. That's why I asked you, well, who you think coming out the East? Because if Detroit is back to close to full strength, they could give Boston a run. But other than that, like people talking about Atlanta as a sleeper, and it's just like, come on, man. I mean, I was gonna say, when is the last time a team done that in the NBA? But Indiana kind of did that last year,
Yeah, as like the 4 or the 5.
right? Like no one had Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I can't see Atlanta doing it. I,
Nah,
you know,
me.
I feel like I agree. Whoever come out of the West, especially if it's OKC, like I could see Boston beating San Antonio or Denver. I still don't know what Boston got in the post, but I could see them through just being Boston and just the magic that they have. And they got a dope ass coach and a culture, and they got all that. Like I could see the sum of their parts beating a squad that they shouldn't beat if it was San Antonio or Denver. I think OKC is too well built for
Unbeatable.
them, right? And they like we got, and we'll see your culture and raise you an immaculate culture. We'll see your coach and raise you a white boy that's doing the same thing, or a Jew or whatever the hell he is.
And in our roster,
Right.
we got two fives.
And Jared McCain. I didn't know they had him till they was blowing the Lakers and they
And I was about saying he don't even really get runs like that. Like it wasn't
right.
till they was blowing the Lakers that he got in.
He's
You know what I'm
their
saying?
Bronny.
Right. He's on their second five.
What y'all do with Bronny is what we do with this dude who was gonna be rookie of the year last year
So
till
he got hurt. And it's crazy because I guess they got some dude, AJ Mitchell,
yeah.
that wasn't
Ajay
getting
or something like that.
that wasn't getting no runs last year, and now he up for sixth man of the year. Like they
Right.
got dudes stuck on the bench that's, you know what I'm saying? That's real dudes. And then they got 13 first round picks in like the next 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like they not even gonna be able to keep all these dudes, these first round picks. Like they gonna have to make a blockbuster trade. So nah, they built, man, we need to get whoever built them over here with the Lakers.
Sam Presti, right?
Right. But I feel like he not gonna they're probably not gonna let him go, but it's got to be somebody up under him. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like his assistant, we can get our hands on. Like, because they were saying they're gonna do like how the Dodgers did. They're gonna build a whole staff and they're gonna just be like Palinka. It's gonna be like four Palinkas. You know what I'm saying? So I need us to start with somebody out of OKC's camp.
Right. And I feel like the stuff they've been doing is low key OKC stuff. Like it's a Jai Mitchell type shit that we've been
Oh,
putting together. Um, we just need we just need the Shea. I mean, well, shit,
and
we
that's
got that.
Luca. Right.
We
We need
need
the
the Lou
Chets. You know what I'm saying? The
and the
second
Lou
and
Dort
third. And that's crazy because they saying that's what he probably gonna be the first one that they lose is Lou Dort. Because they like this offseason, it's gonna be either Lou Dort or Havenstein. They're gonna have to one of them they're gonna be able to keep. And they saying one of them they're gonna have to let go. But they pipeline is sealed with Lou Dort, fake Lou Dorts. But they ain't got that many bigs. You know what I'm saying? They like it's Chet, Havenstein, and I guess one of the Jay Wills is a backup center. But they were saying he's a backup center. Like he ain't. If you lose Harkenstein, you don't want to just throw him in there with Chet because they like Chet needs another big next to him. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Mhm.
why if when it comes down to Lou Dort and Havenstein, they probably gonna keep Havenstein and let Lou Dort go because they got like 4 or 5 3-and-D wings that ain't getting no runs because of Lou Dort. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but those is first world problems right there,
champagne problems.
man. And
Literally.
then all them picks, like like what ain't too many rookies gonna come in and crack they shit.
Right. I feel like they're gonna get rid of players 6 through 10
Mm.
before they really get rid of all them picks. Like I feel like they trust their development system enough where they like, all right, if you keep bringing us in these first round picks, if you keep giving us the ability to find gems in the first round, we gonna find other Ajay Mitchells or all these other cats that they got,
Lou Dortz
Jared McCain's. Like they gonna, I feel like a lot of them dudes are gonna be the ones
that
that
go.
get traded away because they gonna
Mm,
go, they gonna have championship pedigree. They gonna be like, shit, we just saw Lou Dort in the finals. So yeah, bring him in here. Let's make him, you
our
know,
starting wing,
the centerpiece and
right,
fucking right.
in Washington or Sacramento,
Right. Or all them other dudes, because you're right. They got it's like, how do you even know who your sixth man is?
right, nah,
Y'all got 5, 6 men. Like, how are y'all
right,
deciding which one's getting the award or up for
right,
consideration?
nah. They got a wealth of depth. That's man. And then all them picks, like there's other squads that have accumulated all them picks, but it's not with a roster like that.
And with a dude who obviously know what to do with them, he like, I ain't gonna
Right,
trick these off.
right, right. I'm finding dudes out of Santa Clara that kill that the Lakers couldn't find, and y'all right there. And we was looking at dudes from Santa Clara.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, shit. I mean, if they anybody but Boston, if it ain't gonna be us, then
Right.
anybody but Boston. I don't really want. So, I mean,
I
I don't
think
want.
I'm pretty confident about that. I think the winner's coming out the West.
I don't want San Antonio to get another one just yet. Like I want to hold off the Wemby train as long as I can. Like I feel like the Wemby train is inevitable. Although with shit, the way we was just talking about OKC, um,
San Antonio got a lot of picks too.
right,
San Antonio's another one of them squads with a lot of young pieces in place and a lot of lottery picks coming up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's looking like them too, unless we can get away, we can find a way to sneak up in there because we got some of the foundation. We got a young star in his early 20s. We just don't have all the other shit that they got, the other young 20-year-olds around him and all them draft picks. We just getting our picks back. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have as much wherewithal to improve than they got, and they don't need to improve as much as us. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got their 7-2 unicorn. We looking for that.
right. And it's a trip because I know didn't the NBA announce that they expanded?
Yup.
They put it
Vegas and Seattle. Or not,
so
or they
then
haven't given it. Have they official? I don't think they have. Did they officially announce that's who getting it?
I felt like they did announce Seattle and Vegas. I mean, I think they did, and because they announced it, and there has to be some realignment because they gonna come to the
Right,
West,
right.
which
And some
means
team
two teams from the West got to go to the East,
East. Right. And they were saying like Memphis
and
and
probably New
somebody.
Orleans.
Right, right, right. Them two is the ones that's like already in the Eastern time zone or some shit like that.
And what made me think about it, I was like, it would be dope if OKC or San Antonio
Went to the East.
send one of them motherfuckers to the East.
Right. It's in
Let them
OKC. But they used to be Seattle.
right. And San Antonio used to be in the East when we
Mm,
was in when George Gert like in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. San Antonio was George Gervin versus Dr. J in the playoffs. Like
mm.
not in the
Artist
final, like
Gilmore.
the Eastern Conference Finals was San Antonio versus Philly.
Mm.
And I remember that fucking my head up as a youngster, like, hold on, how all of a sudden we playing San Antonio in the
Oh, right,
playoffs? Just a few years ago, they was playing Philly, like,
right, right.
but I
Nah.
would
Well,
I would love one of them squads just from a competitive balance.
right. Nah, I'm about to say, nah, pump the East. The East needs some help.
Right.
But the teams they talking about going over there, you know what I'm saying?
Memphis
Ain't
and
helping. Right,
Memphis
right,
and New Orleans.
right. They not helping. They bottom feeders.
Right. They the Wizards gonna be happy to see them come in.
Right, like, yeah, bring them over here. But then that's gonna fuck up their pick.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So this time next week, damn, we pushing 2 hours. This time next week, the playoffs will just be starting.
Yeah, the playing game start tomorrow.
And the real playoffs start next Saturday.
Right. So by that point, the show will have played a game or two.
Too. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Next week we'll have a chance to see how it's unfolding a little bit better. We'll have the playing teams out of the way.
The draft, well, the lotto won't be set, but we'll know who's all
Mm.
in it.
Oh, right, right. Okay. Nah. Well, yeah, I guess we'll have to reconvene on Hoop again next week. You know what I'm saying?
I'm all for it.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll jump off here. Again, thanks everybody that's been watching, man. Thank y'all that's been commenting, getting at us on what y'all want us to talk about. We're gonna continue to try to slip y'all in when we can. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe. I've been seeing the subscriptions go up, so y'all have been doing that. Thank y'all. Sharing it, liking it, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna try to keep it going. I'm Kareem. This is Rod. We out.
Who?